more of a fall dude.
Me too. I love the fall. It's my birthday. There's football.
Why are you? You looked at me like
apples are
I was
bloom.
retarded.
No. I was looking at you more like, oh, that's cute.
What? That I'm a fall guy?
Mm-hmm. And you're in your fall colors.
That I like the crisp snap in the air.
Yes.
And I like drinking cider drinks. I like going to.
You hate wearing shorts?
I'm never wearing shorts.
I never wear shorts.
Ah!
Or skirts. I never.
I've seen you wear a skirt before. I've
But I
definitely
probably
seen
had
you wear
leggings on. But I probably had leggings on. I rarely show my body. That's the weirdest way to say that.
I rarely show my body. Well, so wait, so you don't wear shorts? I swear I've seen you in shorts.
Definitely not shorts because I got thick thighs.
So what?
It's called they like run up, get a little camel toe.
Camel toes in. If there's look, I'm saying right now, I don't know what season we're in, but I know this. Isn't it camel toe summer? Wasn't that a thing for a long time?
I don't know. It was like brat girl summer,
No.
and it was like hot girl summer. But I've never heard of camel toe summer.
I swear to God, that was
you
the
run
thing.
This is your Instagram feed. It's not a real thing.
You made it up.
No, camel toe summer.
Was it like the summer you were like single and you were just like, I went out with a lot of girls
Yo,
with camel toes?
I'm just saying the toe. Like I thought that was a thing. I thought that was like chicks were celebrating camel toe. Isn't camel toe is now celebrated?
I think it's not looked down as much as it was in like the 90s and the early aughts, you know. I think you can express having camel toe. I see a lot of comics talk about it on stage.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's ever been like a summer where like I don't think there's like a summer of camel toe. I don't think there was like
I thought
like,
it was
hot girl summer and brat girl summer.
Yeah,
like those things are because they're like in songs. I've never heard of a camel toe song.
What I am confused.
But I'm into writing it, and we can make it. And let's make this summer camel toe summer.
Why?
Let's do it.
It's got the more you toe. And then there's a star goes over, but the stars are wearing leggings and it's like pinching up.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's a camel with like underwear on.
But with big sweet
lips.
Plump lips hanging out. I don't wait, what is brat? What is
that
brat?
was last summer, brat girl summer. That was like it was like a thing. Well, yeah, brat girl summer. These things only usually last for a season.
I thought brat was like a huge thing.
Oh no, I think it is a big thing. People are like, I would rather be like bratty, because the only reason I know about it is because my friend told me. And it's like, you know, people are like, I'll wear like leopard and big old earrings and kind of be like, I don't give a fuck what you think.
That's
like
what brat is?
I think so. I don't know. I'm not a Gen Zer. I don't know that shit.
I thought that was just wearing what you wanted. I didn't know there was like.
So that's what but it's like, yeah. So it's like you can dress however you'd like. So my friends were like, you kind of just been a brat your whole life, because like they were like the 3 things they named. I was like in leopard. I was in a leopard bathing suit with like these earrings on and like a wild like hat, and they were like, you've always been a brat.
I'm not saying that you haven't been a brat. You are bratty as hell. If there's one person I know, you're a brat.
Also, thank you, by the way, for
what?
You were going to come save my coyote backyard.
Yeah, you bitch.
Everybody, wait, did you see that person? Someone on Twitter was like, it broke my heart how great Shaner was to Peggy.
Oh, yeah.
I know. You're really ride or die.
How wild. I was like, well, I guess I have to go kill an animal now.
You kind of wanted to.
It's not that I kind of wanted to do it. It was more like, you know what? No, I didn't want to kill an animal as much as I wanted to prevent my dumb friend from dying. I didn't want to have.
I know you really believe in. I was like, I'm going to go outside.
Well, it sounded like you were about to cry. I think what
I was doing that on purpose.
And again, the other thing that really put you. Well, here's what really put you into.
I'm a good actress.
Me believe it. Well, here's another thing that it's not that you acting, it's more like your character that really put it into it being believable. Was you were like, I can't find my car. I don't know where my car is at.
I said, chances in here he has my car.
Oh,
like I can't even
hear
leave.
that.
Yeah.
I heard I can't find my car. And keep in mind, it was the day before we were drinking at a show. So I was like, of course.
And I made you drive my car home because...
Exactly. Of course, Peggy leaves. She can't find her car. And there's a wild animal in a garage. But she's like, maybe I should go out. No.
I know.
No. And
I'm not really dumb. I just play one on TV, you know?
well, you
That's what
played
I
it
say.
really good over the phone too. I didn't have to see your performance. That was an Oscar-worthy phone call.
It was pretty fun time.
But yeah, I just remember that was really more like I wasn't really that concerned with killing an animal. That wouldn't have really concerned me because if I had to kill a coyote, one, I was like, yeah, that'd be pretty sick. If like something happened where I had to like
fight a coyote.
That's
what we said afterwards. Like Drew was like, only Shayner and Alex would be like, all right, we gotta go kill an animal together.
I would just been like, you stay in the car. She would have been like, what are you doing? I'm like, I have to go kill a dog. I have to go possibly stab this wild animal in the head.
I feel like Alex would be like, no, it's actually kind of cute to then get out of the car and try to.
You know, that's the whole thing is like then she'd be like, oh, there's a baby there. I'm like, and then I would have to like
raise a coyote.
No,
with Alex.
No.
It's like in the hot tub with you guys.
You break the baby coyote's neck, and you bury it next to the mother. That's how you do it.
That was so aggressive. Wait, why do you have to break its neck? I love that in this scenario you stab the mom, but then you're like, but I have to break the baby's neck.
That's how Native Americans would do it.
Oh, I forgot you were Native American.
No, I'm just. Was I born in America?
Okay. All right.
Native.
You just that was a brat girl move.
It's camel toe season. It's camel toe summer.
Let's make that song. Let's get Rob Cruz to write Camel Toe Summer.
Yeah, I'll write Camel Toe Summer.
Write it.
I could easily.
I could sing
that.
background.
You can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disbelieve that you could.
I could wear tight pants.
You need to wear tight pants, but you need to wear you need to get two like those
extra,
long balloons. That,
just extra labia.
Yeah, there's labia enhancers. I've seen them.
That is not some. I'm big everywhere else. I like that I got a tight puss, you know?
I mean,
I already got big mouth lips. I don't need big.
the way you said that, the way you were leaning, I want to.
That's why I laugh because I'm like,
I want to recreate that.
Ain't big deal. I got a tight puss.
Just put it on a billboard. It's like, I'm glad I got
it. Just on 95, like, I got tight puss.
As all the way you said it was like the menswear. You're gonna like the way you look. You said it was such like I've got a tight.
I got it.
You know what?
This is hard. My neck kind of hurts. I'm gonna look this way from now on.
What, that way?
No, my neck hurts from looking at you.
Well, look straight.
I know, but that seems strange. Oh, now I'm looking at two Shayners.
Yeah, there's two of them.
I like that.
Yeah, I just think that with everything going on and everyone's talking about Brett. Now that was.
I think that was last summer.
Well, what's this summer then?
Well, we haven't gotten it. It's usually because of a song. I always feel like.
Wait, what was the one before that?
I think it was like I don't know, Charlie XX or whatever.
No. It's Brat. What was the summer before that?
Well, I know Hot Girl Summer was a thing.
Wasn't there was White Boy Summer?
Yeah, wasn't it White Boy Summer?
Yeah. So yeah, there's always and then it usually comes out because of.
I think it's Fat Guy Summer.
This year?
Fat Guy Summer this year?
At least there's an AI video going around of someone making a song called Fat Guy Summer.
That's
fuck yeah. A lot of our friends are going to have a great summer.
Look, just because you declare it to be something doesn't mean that it will be good. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know the true meaning. I'm replacing guy with another word.
You're replacing guy with another word?
The N-word.
Oh,
Fat N-word Summer.
Oh my God!
That's the name of the song.
I feel like this is not the right.
No.
This is not the right podcast to be talking about that.
Look,
we can't get.
I can.
We'll be White Boy Summer.
What are you talking about? I'll be White N-word Summer. It's going to be great. How can I not? if all of these fat N-words are going to be having an amazing summer, I'm not allowed in.
That's true.
That's
You wouldn't be allowed
racism.
At the very least, you gotta get fat.
I don't want to get fat. Not for a fat N-word summer.
Is it pH fat? Are we throwing it back to the pH? Damn.
Again, I don't know how Rob Cruz just showed me an AI video.
Yeah, we
of
got
the
to.
song.
Rob Cruz probably is up on all the summer terms.
So they made an AI meme, and then it was just
It's a whole
wait. So
AI
the computer
music video.
just declared it fat N-word summer.
This is actually
I
why
don't
I don't
wanna-
like AI. They're now telling us what
it's
kind of
like,
summers. Humans tell us what kind of summers.
It
Screw
will no
AI.
longer be this.
The robots are telling us what kind of summer we're having.
Obese black men will be having the summer of their lives.
Yeah, we're like, who's the programmer who did that one?
That was Gronk. Do you use that? Do you use AI at all? The Gronk?
I've done like ChatGPT for like posters and stuff because I think it's funny how like weird they are.
Sure.
Because they're always spelled wrong, even when you tell them. Like me and Foster did that show Church, and like I just put in Ryan Foster, Peggy O'Leary, Church comedy show.
Yeah.
And like it already kind of knew what. It was like the hot version of me, and then he kind of looked like an old dude. But like we were smoking and drinking
Wait,
beers.
you didn't have to upload a picture; it just knew who you were.
I did it. Yeah.
Wow, I put my name into Gronk, and it keeps giving me just blonde white dudes, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Did you try put your face in?
No, I just said, hey, make a picture of Ryan Shaner with a dynamite stuck to his head, jumping off a ramp on a motorcycle, and nothing comes up. It actually doesn't do anything. And then there was another one where Gronk would not let me, and I wanted to see how far it would let me go. And the picture is really funny because I put Laura Linney giving herself a butterscotch enema.
Nice. Yeah, they won't let you do like porny stuff.
Well, first off, butterscotch, how is that? That's not porn.
No, it's not. But I'm saying I could see if you went like one step further, like somebody giving.
Well, she's giving herself, it's a medical procedure. An enema is a medical procedure, but all it did was just have Laura Linney in a pink bathrobe, like very, very upset. Like she had just gotten the enema done.
Gotcha.
And I wanted the whole thing.
You wanted the asshole in it.
It's not even wanted the asshole, just a tube.
Is a butterscotch enema a thing for real?
No.
It's just like putting a Werther's original up your ass and hoping it helps.
Again, you know, you need to start suggesting that to people very, very like tongue in cheek. It's like, you know, you need a butterscotch enema.
Hey, have you ever
Werther's
put a Werther
original up your butt.
Is that butterscotch though? I think it's caramel, so I probably would.
I mean, I'm pretty sure a Werther's, where there's a will, there's a way. You can.
Where there's a grandma.
Were you a Werther's guy?
I like Werther's, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big Werther's.
My grandmom on my dad's side always had bowls of candy. I don't know what was about that generation, but they always had bowls of candy and always peppermint patties and Werther's original.
Why did the elderly have candy?
Well, yeah, like I don't know why. No, like, but that was like my dad said he grew up in a house where his mom always had candy out.
I think it's.
It's so strange to me. But also, my mom put me on a diet at 8, so we didn't have candy around because I had to like hide that shit.
Did you? Now wait a minute. Were you were a big candy freak as a kid?
No, I never was. I'm a big salty gal.
Salt.
I'm like, well, like not like I mean savory. I'm not like a worm, you know, just putting salt all over myself.
When I see people get really into sugar, they're like losing. It's like, what are you doing with salt? It's just
no, meaning like
crazy.
savory. Like I'd rather like give me a hoagie every day, you know?
Yeah, that'll.
Like if someone was like, hey, do you want to have some now and laters or, you know,
or saltine crackers.
or saltine crackers. Or like a buffalo or like a buffalo dip, you know? I'm gonna go buff dip.
Do you want fun dip? No, give me the buffalo
I don't like
dip.
you know, once in a while a piece of cake's fun, you know?
Sure.
A little tiramisu.
Were you a
but I'd
big-
rather a chicken parm.
Were you a big trick-or-treater as a kid? Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Now,
Well, I love
you love the
costumes.
costumes, yes. What was your best costume?
Oh, I had so many. I was a lounge singer in the 2nd grade. It's a weird one. My mom made me a red outfit off the shoulders. And
Wait, a lounge? When you say lounge singer,
like in my mind, it was like, you know, a woman who like has a good voice, but she never really made it. So she sings at a lounge. So she was like a red dress. My mom did like a French updo.
Disenfranchised.
Yeah, I already was a failure.
Failure.
I already knew what my career was going to be. Like I couldn't just be like a famous pop star. I'm a 1920s failed lounge singer. Yeah, like I can't believe I didn't have gray hair.
There's so many people dressing up wearing I remember my sister at one point in time, I think she tried to be Tiffany for Halloween.
Oh, okay,
once,
the singer.
which is crazy because like she went that end, but you're
Yeah, I was like, what happens when Tiffany has
2
3
packs a
kids?
day.
What happens when Tiffany, you know, gets divorced and has to sing in Atlantic City?
I used to be great. I used to be.
I was also Martha Washington without a George Washington. I just really liked those. Like I
that
liked
colonial
dress.
garb.
Yeah.
Yes, you liked the pageantry, which I can appreciate.
I was always like, I was like an evil step witch or something.
An evil step.
Stepmom.
Wait, what's a step? You really got savory on the
married
brain.
to a wizard, so she's not a witch herself, but she's dating a warlock. So
She can't do it.
She can't do it, but she likes to be in the area. She likes.
I'm learning.
Yeah,
I just wanted to bring you into my world.
evil step witch.
Do we really have to eat these kids? That's what we do. You said you wanted to be a part of this.
What were your Halloween costumes? You were always scary, I bet.
I mean, I was scary for I was only scary until around, I guess, middle school, because my mom, like every now and again, I would just want to do something. My mom was like, "No, this is what you're going to be." Like, or I would suggest something. Mom's like, "No, you're just going to be this." I think the first one of my
Trying to get comfortable. This is so hard. I feel crazy right now.
This is the End podcast with Ryan Shaner.
Yeah, did we even start the podcast?
Yeah, it's been starting. I'm here with the one and only, the Pedg, Peggy
Pedg. God, you haven't called me
O'Leary.
Pedg in forever.
You're in my phone as the Pedg.
Yeah. You're Shaner Boehner in my phone, which I don't even know why, because I don't know if I've ever called you that.
You did a bunch, drunk, all the time.
Shaner Boehner.
Shaner Boehner.
Well,
Yeah.
like I was one of those kids who really liked, you know, Shaner, Bill Boehner,
Oh.
not a fan of Bill Boehner.
The
You know,
name game.
The name game. Is that what it's called?
The name game. Oh no.
I knew it.
Yes.
Can I answer?
If you want to answer your boss on this, no, don't answer it.
Hold on. Well, hold on.
What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna say, hey, Jason. I'm good. I'm actually just about to walk into a I was gonna say client. That's not into yeah, a client. Can I call you back in like a half hour, 45? Okay, cool. Thank you. See you. Bye.
Into a client?
Yeah.
I'm about to enter a client.
He laughed at that, so I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that meant.
You did sound really nervous on the phone.
I did.
Yeah, it sounded like he's like, oh, she's doing something else
Right.
right now.
I hope he doesn't watch this podcast.
Do you have anything to plug for anybody listening? Anything coming up? Anything you want to put out there?
Is it going to come out like a couple weeks?
On Wednesday. It's coming out
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday.
I have the show that you're doing, April 24th.
24th.
In Delco. So any Delconians, it's at JT Brewski's. It's at 7:30. It was really fun. It's like,
Sounds great.
it's only $5.
Only $5.
That's it, baby.
That's highway, Rob. That's a steal. That's steal.
Oh, and I guess if it comes out Wednesday, if you're in Delco, I have my show in media at Sligo and upstairs at Sligo.
Oh, man. Sligo's still going on.
Yeah,
That's great.
I know. It's sort of dwindling. Like, like 1 month I'll have 50 people, and then next month I'll have like 7.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
There's a couple people that went
You
to
know
that
why?
show.
I know why. Because
Oh,
there's a
wait,
bunch
why?
of fucking
Why?
comics who are now putting stuff in media, and everyone is taking my fucking thing.
Wait a minute. Other comics are
Fuck
coming.
you guys. No, I'm
are
kidding.
coming into media and taking over the turf.
Yes.
Yo, you need to go fat N-word summer
Oh
on
my
them
God.
and lose your shit.
No.
Yeah, you.
Some of them are good. I've done them all.
Yeah. Well, would you say yours is better? Would you say yours is better? Would you say yours would dunk on that?
Yeah, I think so. I always have a good headliner. It's not one of these showcase bullshit shows. Just kidding. The one at JT Brucey's is a showcase.
Yes, it is. I remember reading that flyer. It literally said showcase.
Yeah.
On it. But yes, I was back to Halloween. I was one of the first Halloweens I remember. My mom made me dress up as a clown.
Nice.
No, it was it was not like it wasn't even a goofy clown. It was like a gay clown. I looked super gay.
Like, because you had one of those collar things on?
No, it just had almost looked like it was like a pink and yellow big jumpsuit.
Well, that was the clown colors.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. And I had a rainbow wig, which, again, look,
Yeah,
you
that
can't.
was a funny time.
You can't get away from the rainbow wig.
You don't see clowns on Halloween anymore. That was like a really big thing when
Clowns
we were
everywhere.
And Raggedy Ann and Andy. I feel like everybody I
Huge.
know was a Raggedy Ann and
Huge
Andy.
ragheads.
My mom made all our costumes, so we always had. I feel like there was like these weird same old, and then I think when Hollywood Spirits, Halloween Spirits Adventure, whatever, when that became
Halloween
huge,
Spirit Adventure. You just can find so many things.
the pop-up shop.
Halloween Spirit Adventure. Yes.
They weren't always around. That happened. I think
You had to go to CVS or Rite Aid,
or like Party City.
or even if you had a Party City.
Right.
Our city did not have one.
Yeah,
We had to go to Ruby's.
but now it's so funny that that's like a whole new industry.
Yeah, it's because now
That and pop-up Christmas shops. I'm over it.
What do you mean pop up Christmas shops?
People are always having pop-up Christmas bars and tinsel and
Oh yeah,
those fake-
yeah. I know what you're talking.
yeah.
Well, that's because Halloween and Christmas are America's they're the most popular holidays in the country. And they bring in Halloween and Christmas almost at some point in time, they run neck and neck on how many.
Not July 4th?
No.
I feel like fireworks sales go off.
They
the
do,
roof.
but the whole thing is you can also buy fireworks year round.
Well, only in some states.
Well, if you really want them, you can go. You can go get them. It's not, and people also. I know people save Halloween decorations and Christmas decorations. I know people who save fireworks. Like they buy so many that they just
bulk up. They go when
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't get great deals on fireworks.
I don't find the firework situation that big of a deal.
What do you mean?
I just feel like everyone's like, we gotta watch the fireworks. I'm like, what are we, 10?
I mean, fireworks can be cool, but they're not. The only thing I don't want to see take over is drones. I don't want to see drones take over. Even though I did see
a drone show.
When they do the drone show, I don't want to see that. I think the idea of possibly losing your fingers is an American tradition.
That is true.
I think that's part of it.
The one time we went to Ocean City, so we used to always just sit where my the place that I go down the shore is in between Atlantic City and Ocean City. So we would just sit on that beach and look at both sides.
Sure.
So the first year we ever went to Ocean City and sat on the boardwalk, a huge plate hit my mom's leg. A whole piece of a firewood came down on her leg.
Yeah.
It was and she was like, never again. We don't need to be this close.
We went to my dad took Kyle and I out to a fire. What was crazy is that was behind a firehouse. So it was outside of Linfield.
That's the best places to do it.
Yeah, you'd think that they'd be like, yo, if anything goes wrong, we are ready to go.
It's like having a knife fight at a hospital,
You know what? That is.
Right there. I don't know why
We're going to do it right in the parking lot. That is pretty good.
It's good.
If you were going to have a duel, you'd do it in the parking lot.
Yeah, you should do it in the parking lot. So it's quick, If Hamilton and Burr were outside a hospital, we might have had a president named Hamilton. Did they have hospitals back then? Okay.
Do you know what Alexander Hamilton did?
He would sing with his black friends. And his,
he was having
fun.
He was fat N-words.
Yeah, Alexander Hamilton was the original. He was I don't know. Doesn't he like about like the treasury or
Yes,
something?
he started modern. He's the father of modern banking and treasury.
Yeah. So
That's
he's
what
like the
Alexander
reason we have all
Hamilton
these billionaires. So fuck you, Hamilton.
Pretty much. But he probably had good. I don't think. See, that's the whole thing that I think a lot of people don't take into consideration is the age of America. America is only 247 years old.
Right.
Has not been around a very long time. And not only that, most of the founding fathers didn't think it was going to be around a really long time to begin with. It's called the American experiment. They were just like, we're going to roll the dice on this democracy thing. And it took off. I'm pumped. You know, I'm here.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
I'd argue we've run its course and somehow we're getting dictatorship. So
we've
honestly, I'm glad to. I always wanted to see the fall of an empire. So I'm glad.
Yeah, that is kind of wild. That here's what I will say. I watched Alexander Ovechkin surpass Wayne Gretzky. If I can see the fall of that empire and the fall of the American empire in one fat N-word summer, I think it's going to be great.
Here's what I'll say was not on my bingo card. I hate that people say that, but now I just said it. But didn't know it was going to be a South African that took it down. That was not where I was seeing that. I would not have saw that coming.
It's not even really South Africa as much as it's just autistic dude.
Yeah.
I think it has nothing to do with South Africa as much as it's got to do with billionaire autistic guy.
Yeah.
Who, and again, I don't want to get political or anything like that.
I don't think we're being political.
I just think that when people praise Elon Musk, I don't really understand exactly what they're praising because Elon Musk is not the genius. Everyone's
is he like a Steve Jobs kind of guy?
He's kind of like, in a way, like he came up with a very good idea and he started, what was it, PayPal? Was that his whole thing? So he started PayPal.
He started PayPal? I mean,
which
is great.
Sure.
But how did I think he was like some sort of engineer?
Yeah, you would have thought that.
Yeah.
You would have thought that with all the engineering stuff he's been doing. He's building rockets and shit. But he's not building the rockets. Keep that in mind. He's got money to fund it. If anything, when people are like, he's a genius, I don't know if I don't think he is.
Right.
He's not a genius. He's very good at delegating responsibility and power.
Gotcha.
That's where I think I get a little
sick style, that's not what I think.
What?
He's always looking great. He looks so weird.
Oh, you think Elon Musk? He's a very odd looking guy.
And his outfits are always ever changing. He literally looks like a lizard person. He's like
Elon?
what? He's like what I
What do you think the reptilian agenda is?
Yeah.
I would be pumped for that to happen too. But that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
I think when people talk about Elon Musk and the things he's doing,
this is the most I've ever talked about him, to be honest.
It is crazy because because what happens is I watch the news every morning, and like when I watch it, I'm just like everyone's saying the same exact thing, but there is no answer to anything.
Yeah.
And it's just like no one would ever. And if people were to ask me what my opinion on it is, I'm like, I don't really have a lot of opinions because this is all retarded.
Yeah.
Everything's so off the deep end of idiotic that there is no answer to anything you could even really do. It's kind of insane.
It's kind of old school of you. You watch the news every morning.
I watch the news every morning.
That's how you know you don't have a job.
I watch the news. First off,
I know, I'm just kidding.
First off, I get up at 7 a.m. every day to and start my day with coffee, and I go downstairs and I watch the news, and then I would smoke a cigarette, but now I'm quitting smoking cigarettes, so I don't do that anymore. Speaking of, what were we talking about earlier?
Lizard people?
No. So Alex bought she bought Nicorette gum or dude, have you ever chewed that shit?
No, I did one time and I felt crazy.
It's fucking crazy.
Also, I'm not supposed I don't think you're supposed to chew it. You're supposed to just like put it in your lip, right?
Nicorette, it's gum.
That's what everyone says, but you're just supposed to put it in your gums, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Is it called Nicorette gums?
It does have like weird directions, like chew 3 times, then you like store it in your cheek.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not read that.
Yeah.
I figured it was gum.
I think they might have.
I did the same thing.
I think that they've made it a little bit better, but when the first time I ever had it, it was they were like, don't keep chewing it because it's like The more you chew it, the more.
Yeah, I chewed it and I was like almost trying to blow a bubble with it. I was like trying to get, and then I started hiccuping.
That was the first time when I was doing. I'm like, I get mouth cancer. This tastes like mouth cancer.
It was fucked up. So then I'm like chewing it and I started hiccuping so bad that like I was the cat.
Did you throw up?
The same exact thing happened to me.
Dude,
Yeah.
I thought I was going to throw up. I was like, this is fucked up. And then I spit it out and then I hiccuped for
it's a lot
another
of
like
concentrated.
20 minutes.
It's a lot of nicotine, right?
It's so retarded. Yeah, but like I guess I should have read the instructions. I did not. I didn't think that. I thought gum, you chew gum.
I know.
I'm just like, if I have Big League Chew, I'm not chewing it 3 times and then
Were you ever a
putting it in
Zyn person?
No.
I know they're so good.
No.
Those things make me like woozy. Feels like
You did the Zen?
I did. I've done it like once or twice because Chance does it.
Oh. How now? What's the level of Zen?
I don't
Is he
know.
reaching Zen with the Zen?
Yes, he is.
How-
Well, I'll tell you this: finding them everywhere, and also when I worked at McGillen's, people put it underneath the tables like it's gum. That's it, and you just find these little tiny packets.
Man,
People are gross.
the Zen is replacing gum underneath the tip. What a fucking wild place!
It's a wild
what a
world.
wild time we're living in.
The end of democracy, the start of the Zyn gum movement.
It's gross.
It's so gross.
But the other thing, so we tried the gum. The gum was fucking retarded. So then she bought nicotine toothpicks.
Okay.
And
I've done that.
what was crazy is that we got them and they're in a wet bag. They're already wet. They're like soaked in whatever the fuck.
That's how they.
That's disgusting. I'd rather just go cold turkey.
Yeah.
I'd rather just like they don't taste good, and I don't think I need the nicotine.
I also think. Yeah, I think
know what
I
I
just
mean?
like doing this.
Yeah, that's if nicotine was really that good, we'd be chewing it.
Right.
Like we'd be swallowing it and eating it like we'd be doing like with weed and shit like that.
Right.
It's not the same. It's
No.
not that great. You do it because you like going outside and telling homeless people no.
And also, especially when you like first started dating and like you first like hooking up with a guy at a bar, that was my favorite. Should I put these on?
Yeah.
Like you go out and you're like, I don't know, you stand outside in the cold and then you're like, ugh, yeah. And then you make out outside in the cold with the cigarettes and the...
Wow, you really were a lounge singer. You were... You really
Listen,
leaned into that.
I did,
You know
yeah.
how it is when you see a man falling asleep
When
at
a
the
young
bar.
boy wants to be with a cougar-esque woman, just go outside.
You know, a sad man.
But it was like an easy way to like get to talk to people.
It's very good. It's socially, it's a very socially liquid thing, and I get it.
Socially liquid thing?
Yeah, socially liquid thing. You move in. It's very.
Moving shit.
If you want to be ready for a hot summer night, any night, you need Hims. Hims hooks men up with access to ED treatments that can help you get hard and stay hard. With a wide range of treatments available like chewable tablets, Viagra, Cialis, and their generic options, you can find exactly what you need to get your groove back. Everything is taken care of online, so you can skip the uncomfortable doctor's appointment and get right to the fun part. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/theend. That's HIMS.com/theend for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/theend. The featured products include compounded products which are not approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. Now, back to the show.
Okay.
We got messages. Jesus Christ. You don't even listen.
Hey, Ryan. I'm recording this on Halloween because I have something spooky to tell you. I was just listening to you and James Moss besmirch the late, great Michael Jackson. And you might be thinking that Michael Jackson is scary enough. What you don't realize is that the Jews actually took down Michael Jackson to make him penniless. Do you remember the song? No. Well, actually, I'll just. What song do you think would have anti-Semitic lyrics. What Michael Jackson song do you
PYT.
Yeah.
Pretty young thing.
And by that, I mean they don't care about us.
Oh, yeah.
In
Sure,
the
okay.
original lyrics, it is
Of what?
Of they don't care about us.
kick me, kike me. And it's also screw me, Jew me. Because this song was written about the Jews that were supposedly working with him, yet they were working against him. And by that I mean his management and his lawyers. Almost like Randy Quaid in the Star Whackers and his insane thing. Now, what happened to Michael Jackson was obviously the first allegation. And the first allegation was whipped up by the Jews.
Dude, hold on.
And
Can you pause it
by
for a
the term
second?
The Jews, I mean the Jews in his...
The way this guy, why does every person say the Jews?
Yeah.
Like, just very, like, come on. You know who it was? The Jews. The Jews.
Also, isn't it weird that we talked about Halloween?
Yeah, it was very spooky.
It's like a sim of us, you know, like we're like really in like.
So spooky.
Wait, there's more to that?
Yeah, there's more. He's got a whole, this is crazy.
Wait, does this
circle
guy
of influence.
call in a lot?
The lawyer was in it. Everybody was in it. In fact, some people have claimed that Michael Jackson was actually penniless because of all the, lawsuits. So yes, Michael Jackson never diddled anybody. And also, think of late Michael Jackson. Think of the designs, almost Nazi-esque regalia.
Yeah, he did wear
Very
the armband.
militaristic. I went to speech therapy as a kid. I have autism.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Anyways, I love you. I love your guest, and I love Danny Duff.
Thanks, dude.
Did he say what his name was? Wait,
Chad.
Chad.
Wait. Hold on. You think after the 2-minute 40-second
That was 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, you think he's done?
No? Is there another one? Is there follow up?
Hey Ryan, it's Chad again about Michael Jackson. I just got high and I totally forgot about this. Look at the music video, man.
Oh, man. I just want that to be my ringtone. Hey.
One more thing about Michael
It's
Jackson.
Chad again about Michael Jackson. I'm calling again about Michael Jackson. I can't let this go. You know, the Jews. And a penalty. Now, before we get into this part 2, Peggy, do you believe that Michael Jackson,
Hated the Jews?
I guess now this is something new.
I don't.
Do you think that Michael Jackson was hated the Jews? And do you think he didn't molest children?
So I'm going to go with didn't know he hated the Jews. Also, isn't he penniless because like Paul McCartney bought, or didn't he buy the Beatles?
He did it.
He did it.
Jackson did that.
Okay. I thought he like lost money because of that.
I don't think you lose money because of the Beatles. I think you only make money because of the
so,
Beatles.
yeah.
I think that's
Okay.
like the most sound investment you can make ever.
So I don't think that he hated the Jews. But,
hey.
we weren't talking about it that much when he was
The
around.
song "Leave Me Alone" might have been in parentheses after the Jews.
Yeah.
Leave me alone, Jews.
I definitely think he did weird stuff, but I don't know if he diddled.
You don't.
I think he
know
was-
if he did.
I think that he had inappropriate relationships, but I don't know how far it went. I'll say that.
Would
I be diddled by Michael Jackson? Is that what you're
Would you? If Michael Jackson,
I think that when I was younger, if Michael Jackson was like, "Come on, ride my roller coaster, lay in bed with me," I'd probably be like, "Fuck it,
would
Michael
you?
Jackson."
Do you think your parents would allow you to do it?
I'm like, my parents didn't know where I was half the time. When you have 6 kids, it's like,
I don't think the crazy thing is when I think back, because I saw that.
Also, I wanted to be famous as a kid, so I
Yeah,
think I would have
of
done it
course.
to be like, come on, I'm a
Sure.
pretty good dancer, Michael.
But I also think if the stories that Jordan Safechuck and Wade Robson were telling on the Leaving Neverland documentary, there's a part of it where I'm like, I gotta be honest with you, I don't know if like maybe being hugged by Michael Jackson and then sleeping in the same bed, if I'm that young, I'd be like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But the moment he's putting his testicles in hot water and then making you suck them, I'd be like, I don't know if I should. I don't know.
I don't think I
think
watched
this might
that
be-
documentary. Okay, I'm going to retract my. Okay, I think he did stuff.
Peggy,
if there are people saying that he did that, then
Did you? Here's what I will say. I don't know. What are you doing? Are you going to watch it tonight?
I mean, I could.
You should.
Okay.
And then what I want you to do is then call me and be like, "Hey, it's Peggy
I'll leave
about
you a
Michael J." Yeah, leave me a voice. Oh, I just watched the most disgusting documentary. It is wild.
It's wild.
It's wild
Do
because
they talk about the Jews in it?
no, there's actually no Jew talk.
That's crazy.
At all. But I will say this.
Wait, who produced it?
Oh no. Was it a scheme?
I thought you were
Was
just
it a
going to say.
scam?
I thought you were going
going
to
to
say.
drop a truth bomb. Who produced it?
It was just an educated guess.
It probably was a Steen or a Stein or a Berg, possibly.
I thought you were going to be like, it was a woman. I'm like, I don't know where that.
Yeah, it was a Jewish woman.
Here's my thing. Not and listen, everyone has their opinion. So Chad, like you, I'm sure you're on a deep dive of Michael Jackson, and you know why you know what you know. But was he ever penniless? Was he actually taken down? I mean, he literally died with like a staff of doctors.
I don't know if he was ever
Like I'm a penniless person.
Yeah.
I can't even go to a regular doctor.
couldn't even molest anybody if you tried either. You wouldn't be able to do it.
I don't know. Sometimes when I'm standing outside a bar smoking a cigarette, come here,
Do you
baby.
want to just lay in my bed with me?
Ew. Okay, I don't even like thinking about
Do you
that.
want to just lay down next to me and just let me smell your hair? Yeah, you're a hair smeller.
No, I'm not.
You look
Little
like it.
kids' hair, like they don't wash their like scalps enough. Like I would never want to smell a little kid's head. Like sweaty little kids running around after recess. Like let me
Take off the
smell your
bike helmet.
shitty hair.
Yeah, let me smell your little weird kid head.
Ew.
Ew.
I don't like talking about this.
Anyway, continue on with Chad's follow up to Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah. What was the last thing?
Hey, Ryan, it's Chad again about Michael Jackson and the Jews. I just got high, and I totally forgot about this. Look at the music video, man. The scene, you know, everybody's together. Look at that prison, man. There's no Jew in there.
Wait, what's up?
But guess who directed it? Spike Lee. Yes, Do the Right Thing, Mo Better Blues is also about how the Jews did all the jazz musicians wrong. So guess what? Spike Lee knows about the Jews as well. Anyways, of course, getting high would remember that.
Of
Love you
course.
guys.
Chad, thank you so much.
I'm like, I love that it's like Spike Lee. He's like, he knows about Jews. I'm like, oh, you mean the guy that's made the most movies about like different cultures? Yeah, he knows
Yeah.
a little bit about.
I think he does.
Yes.
I also love that.
Wait, what music video was he
I
talking
think
about?
he's talking about They Don't Care About Us because he was talking about that song.
Oh, right.
I don't recall that Michael Jackson music video because there are certain Michael Jackson music videos that are burned into my brain.
Yeah, that one's not.
That one is not. That one is not burned into my brain at all.
Also, hear me out. I know that there are characteristics of anyone, right? So, like, someone looking at me who might be like, she is English-Irish descent, right? And you could look at someone and be like, they might be Jewish.
Sure.
But who's to say that, like, there isn't a Jewish person in the jail scene?
Yeah,
That,
the
like,
guy has an eagle eye for
I'm like, is it only like blonde boys and black men? Like, what are we talking about? I don't even know.
There is, it's all dogs go to heaven and no Jews go to jail. That is the old axiom that everyone talks about.
So, can I be honest? do a lot of Jews go to jail? I feel like they're pretty.
You know what?
They're pretty good citizens.
We have to start looking into this. What is
Listen,
the
they
Jewish
did go. They did get put in camps.
Yeah, I mean,
okay?
wait.
But I don't see them breaking a lot of laws.
We're not saying the Jews have
them.
never
I don't-
been to jail.
Right.
They've been to jails. We're not saying they haven't been jailed.
If we looked up the demographics of jails in America right now, I think that the population of Jewish people might be low.
We don't know if we're going to see inmate number 424 Cecil Steinberg. I don't know if that'll happen.
Maybe in like white collar prisons.
Yeah, I actually that is a very good question. What is the Jewish population of every correctional?
I think that's why I think it's so fun.
We need answers.
Besides the fact that I'm not like a racist or fascist person, but I find it funny when people are like the Jews. I'm like, I don't know if I would know if they were Italian or Jewish. I got to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm not like.
Well, see, that's the whole thing is like, I think when he says the Jews,
It's like the people behind the curtain.
He's not talking about. He's not talking about like your friend who is like every now and again we'll go to temple and I guess we did celebrate.
That's called reform.
That's just called that's just called a regular guy who is. It's kind of like being a Christian. You just celebrate because that's what you know.
Yeah,
you
culturally.
don't care. I think when he says the Jews, he's talking about the Orthodox Jews. I think he's talking about the Orthodox Jews. I don't think when people say the Jews, they don't mean like your buddy who maybe runs a market or has a deli.
Okay.
No, I think that's who they're talking about.
He's
They're
talking about just a
them
regular
too.
deli.
But
Jews?
think about it. The Jews run the
lawyers,
media.
The media, yeah.
Those are all reform or
that's who he's
conservative
talking
Jews.
about.
They're not like, Hasidic Jews with like little curly.
I mean, that's what I think. When I think
So
Jews,
when you hear people say like Jews run the media, you think it's like a guy in like a yarmulke with his little cringle. What is that called? In like
Cringle?
Cringle's not the word. Cringle. What are they called?
were you about to say
Tendrils. That's what like a girl's little curly hair would be.
No, I know, and I know it's not super Hasidic Jews controlling the media. However, I do think it's like, what is the point? So that means if they're not super Hasidic, so
there's Hasidic, there's Orthodox, conservative, and Reform.
that's wild. There's so many of that. That's
Why? It's like anything.
Yeah, I know. It's also wild that there's Methodist, Baptist, Episcopalian,
And
it's
there's like
all retarded.
Roman Catholic.
Yeah,
There's
that's-
also Orthodox Catholic. There's so many.
Can we just can we all get past this? Can't we all move past how retarded religion is? It doesn't make any sense. It's not real. It's not a real thing.
Yeah.
And how now money's real. Maybe.
And who runs the money?
I guess we
This
do
is
have
what-
to. We
This is
do
what
have
Chad's
to look.
asking.
Chad has a lot. It's also what I will say is
What a fun, weird new conspiracy.
that Michael Jackson
Was taken down by the
was
Jews.
taken down by the Jews. What would be the point of taking down Michael Jackson, though?
I know.
That's my other question.
Well, that's why it was so hard to get him actually like convicted, because people were like, "Come on, like you can't get a jury that doesn't know Michael Jackson." Do you know what I mean? Like they couldn't.
Yeah.
So that's why it was hard to prosecute him, because everyone's like, "Yeah, but have you ever heard of Beat It? It's pretty good." It's like. That's why it's going to be hard to take down P. Diddy and R. Kelly.
That was the defense. Your Honor, have you heard Beat It?
He's an artist.
Look, I'm not saying, but to make the comparison, okay, Michael Jackson, great singer, songwriter, great producer, great musical artist. P. Diddy, you can't
Oh no, I was joking.
compare the two.
I was joking.
That's insane. That's an insane thing.
Yeah, no. I think if you have to change your name that many times, something's wrong.
Sure, I guess so.
Your brain's leaky.
Or you're just trying to, be as avant-garde, or you're trying to like make yourself seem more.
Do you think when he changed his name to Puff Daddy, he was like, I want to be more avant-garde?
I think when he went from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy to Diddy to whatever he is now, I think he's just trying to be like, I'm trying to reinvent myself.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like, what you thought I was, I'm not anymore. It's an evolution of Diddy.
Yeah.
And now it's where he is now. And I think the Jews
are trying to take down P. Diddy
may
as well.
be responsible for P.
Not a lot of
Diddy's
Jews
down.
were invited to the white party, and they're pissed off about it.
It should have been just what? Oh, anyway, we have We have another. Do we have another message, or was that it?
No.
That was just a two-parter.
Chad. Yeah.
Damn, Chad.
Also, that's been waiting since Halloween.
Man, we are backlogged.
Yeah.
We're back.
We got to do something about that. We're going to do a live
let's-
stream soon, and
We'll
gonna
do that.
Knock out
just do a bunch
messages.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with doing that. That's a great idea. I thought we talked about doing that a long time ago, and then we just never did it. But yeah,
Now I'm gonna look up this conspiracy. Is
what
he
I'm saying
the
is
only
there
one?
is no. That's I don't think that's a conspiracy. I think that's just something
That's just
Chad
Chad.
thought of.
And I love that he's like, I had to get high. Who would have thought?
But I love that also he got high and then he's like, shit, I left something out. I got. Now
Look in the
none of this is
jail.
going to make sense without this part that I'm trying to throw in. I just look. I'm not going to say that Jews were not responsible for the
I'm gonna
the
say
death
that
of. I'm not saying. Look, I can't say that they're not. I can't say that they are. I'm going to say that.
I'm also like, I think it's a collection of people who try to take down.
Apparently, this is a big conspiracy.
Of the Jews being responsible for the death of Michael Jackson?
yeah.
people. Not the death, the downfall.
The downfall of Michael.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah,
What did-
apparently in 2005, there's a headline: Jackson in trouble after anti-Semitic phone rant.
Oh, did he go off on the Jews?
I think he may have, dude.
Oh.
I didn't want him look.
Yeah, but if
You
that
know
was
what
the
fuck
case,
these people do and how they always
Mel
have some
Gibson would
miserly-
be,
Yeah,
and Alec Baldwin would
I-
be like out to
I-
pasture.
I guess. But it's here's what I don't
But I
understand.
think they make their own things.
They,
right.
I guess so.
I don't know.
But Mel Gibson being involved in Hollywood and so does Alec Baldwin. I mean, they both have to, aren't they? Don't they have to be involved with the Jews if they're everywhere? Don't
yeah,
they
this is
have
why
to
I'm
be?
like, it's so funny to me when these people are like, oh, the Jews. I'm like, what?
What I am going to say is, if the Jews were responsible for taking down Michael Jackson or the downfall,
Mm-hmm.
what is the point of taking down Michael Jackson? What is
Right.
the point of it? If there was that's what no one's been giving me so far. Danny? What are the main points for taking down
Just
Michael
because
Jackson?
he said something anti-Semitic?
Just because he said something about it? Yeah, we don't know. Seems like a very weird thing. Like, yo, we're taking down Michael Jackson. Why?
Yeah, I just.
What's the point of that?
I guess there's were lyrics in that song though. Jew me, sue me, kick me, kike me.
Okay, well,
They might have a little bit of problem with that.
okay. Well, listen here.
Wait a minute. Did you, in your defense, did you hear "Beat It" though? did you even in Michael Jackson's defense here?
Have you seen a moonwalk?
Have you seen Have you seen all of Moonwalker? Come on, amazing.
That movie
an amazing
is
movie.
wild.
It's so good.
I couldn't get through it.
You can get
too
through
crazy.
Moonwalker.
Yeah.
What?
There's sometimes where I'm just like, especially just the allegations of Michael Jackson, like you're watching it there and you like think about that, you're like, this is so creepy. I can't
Yeah,
watch
when
it.
you put sexual context into it, yeah, it will.
Yeah.
It'll
Listen,
make
sometimes
people
it's hard to separate the art from the artist.
It is very
okay?
hard to do. But I will say,
Except for if it's Woody Allen, because I'm just
well, art from the artist. Now, what do you? I think men are way better at separating the art from the artist. Do you think women have a harder time if they find out that like a guy they really admired, or like anybody they really admire turned out to be shitty? Do you think they have a harder time separating the art from the artist, or you think?
because we're more sensitive.
Not because you're more sensitive. I think it's because I don't think you like being lied to. I think I don't think. I
If that
think
was the case, we'd all be lesbians. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, if you found who's your favorite celebrity?
Britney Spears.
Wait, hold on. Michael Jackson has been taped overly anti-Semitic remarks during a phone call to describe the Jews as leeches that conspired to leave him penniless. They suck. I'm so tired of it. They start out the most popular person in the world and make a lot of money. It's a conspiracy. Jews do it on purpose.
Wait, when they start out the most popular person in the world, does he know the history of
I think
Jews?
they meant stake out the most popular person. I think
They start out.
yeah, I know. I know it says they start out.
Okay.
I think Michael, I'm speaking for Michael Jackson.
Not something you thought you'd ever say. I'm representing Michael Jackson.
I'm telling you, Michael meant this. I think he said they stake out the most popular person in the world, make a lot of money. It's a conspiracy. Jews do it on purpose. And then the national director of the Anti-Defamation League, Abram Foxman, which campaigns against anti-Semitic, said yesterday, it's sad that Jackson has infected the stereotypical ideas of the Jews and money grubbing and manipulating. Look, it is a bummer.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, Mr. Windsor, Phil. Wait, so did Jackson die penniless? Did he die penniless?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Get me 7 million. 7 million for me as soon as possible. Here's my big thing. So Michael Jackson comes out with a song that he uses "Screw me, Jew me, kick me, kite me," and then the Jews are like, "We're just going to make everyone think he molested 2 children."
Well, this came out. Look, he even says it. This came out after he was acquitted of child molestation.
That's what I kind of don't understand. This seems like a way big like such a slow burn to get Michael Jackson. Doesn't make any sense. What did Michael Jackson know? And that would be great if there was like a fucking just bombshell that Michael Jackson knew something so crazy that this cabal of evil Jews had to take Michael Jackson down. Like, I don't want to believe Michael Jackson was that
profound.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't want to believe it.
If anything, that just sounded like he's like.
I also don't believe any celebrity is that profound. I really don't. I don't believe any celebrity is like such a genius or such a I don't even know how to describe it. When people are like, these people know all this stuff and they're drinking the blood of children and they're doing all this stuff. I'm not saying politicians couldn't be involved in a terrible fucking evil organization, but when it comes down to like celebrities, what the fuck is the point of that? I don't understand how they need to be silenced. In fact, you just sound like a crazy person. Everything, the thing with misinformation is it's so important as the information itself. And it's so easy to put out something that's so crazy that it's like, yeah, we could just keep making these ideas spin in people's heads and they'll just believe whatever it is because it's crazy, but then they'll disbelieve it because there's actually no proof. It's such a fucking, who gives a shit? I just don't understand.
A lot of people online.
Yeah, but that's my other thing too. Is like, why would you?
Well, I think it's just it's more fun to believe in conspiracies than the actual reality. I think sometimes, like, it's fun to just think about JFK.
Yeah, but they're
like why eggs are so expensive right now.
You think that JFK? No, wait. Do you think they're connected, or are you just saying one of the two?
Yeah, I think they're connected.
I thought you were going to make a wild connection between the two.
Yes.
I was like, tell me.
The Kennedys actually run the egg community.
Yeah, I was like, were they involved in chicken farm?
Marie Shriver, okay?
Whoa.
The Kennedy world they are keeping the birds from them.
I just think that, look, there are certain things that I would say that I believe are completely true, but wouldn't even be wrapped around in conspiracy. Like, do you believe, who do you think built the pyramids? Out of all like the weird things in the world, do you believe it was the Jews? Or do you believe it was...
They were enslaved, so that's why.
You think that the enslaved Jews built the pyramids?
Well, I just mean they were slaves at that time, right? So that's why the story... I've never really thought about it. I haven't. I've not really been like someone who like cares about structures, Like, I get
Not a big
it.
building, bitch. Not at all.
I don't like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even like standing on a ladder. So I'm like,
No.
If I was
All
to
right.
think about how the pyramid was
Okay,
built, I
here's-
would be like, then I start to think how many people fell off the pyramids while building it. Like when you
Tons.
think about like
So
the
many
Brooklyn Bridge and you,
Sure.
like all that, like the workers,
How many
it's like
people
how
died?
many people actually, that's where my brain goes.
Okay.
So instead, I just don't think about it
Here. Okay. I'm gonna ask you.
because it always leads to falling to your death.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yes.
What is something you would hear about a celebrity? Wait, actually, what's a celebrity death that would rock you to your core? Where you would be like, I don't know what to do.
Well, Princess Di actually did rock me to my core because I loved her so much.
Princess Diana rocked you to your core.
I was like, 8 or whatever.
And-
yeah, I stayed home from school to watch the funeral. My mom and I sat in bed and watched it.
Your
and
mom
cried.
let you stay home? Man, my mom would smack me in the face if I said I had to stay home from school.
she
to watch
also
a
loved Princess
televised
Diana,
funeral.
so-
yeah, no, and that's
No, I mean,
know,
there's
that
a
goes
lot
with
of
it.
celebrities, like how they die in weird ways, like Brittany Murphy. How the fuck did she really die?
you know what? There's a conspiracy around that too.
There
You know,
is.
Why would
But what are you getting at? What do you mean? Like, is there...
like I'm saying when people like really lose their mind over the death of a celebrity and they're like really like they show them on TV and they're crying out in the street and they're I mean like where you're like
I'll
like,
say when
devastated.
Whitney Houston died, I did shed some tears.
Wow.
I loved her. So like, but you know how like when Michael Jackson died, people did that?
Yes.
And I remember like that didn't bother me. And then like, I think it was like the next year, it was Whitney Houston. I was like, I get it now. Cause I'm like, she's never going to make another song. I have nothing. If I
She's-
don't have Whitney.
I'm just saying she is never going to make another song. But she still has a catalog
Oh, I know. I still
of
listen
amazing songs. So it's not like
to it.
you're
Watch The Bodyguard. Great movie.
great movie.
Holds up.
It's amazing. Watch the first 3 seasons of Bobby and Whitney.
Oh, I never
Insane.
watched that.
It's you will actually not
No,
care.
I see. I will. I don't want to because I don't want to see how crazy.
Yeah,
she was.
you don't want your world shattered.
Yeah.
You like your idea of Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
And that goes back to also with Michael Jackson. People don't want to know, which is like, I guess that is separating the art from the artist, but like, I don't know, when does it become like Whitney Houston was just, she loved crack.
I know.
She just loved drugs. Is that hurting a lot of people? No. Look, I'm not saying you should be smoking crack.
No.
But
I'm
when it comes
saying-
down to like the harm that it's causing, no one's really being affected except for herself and maybe Bobby Brown and maybe her daughter, which is unfortunate. But like, no one's being, abused or taken advantage of or harmed with crack, at least in the Houston household.
I don't know. This could go into a
least in
whole nother world.
At least
'cause
in the
it's like-
Houston household. I'm just saying, but with Michael Jackson,
Oh yeah, no, like that's way worse.
that's something
He,
I
like-
would be like, yeah, this
Let's-
sucks. But I've also said, if you
because
listen,
he like affected people's lives.
without a doubt,
Yeah.
ruined kids' lives.
Yes.
So what I'm also going to say is with Michael Jackson is I've also been under the belief that Bad, the album Bad, is when it actually starts to get bad. Everything before Bad you can listen to with a clean conscience because he wasn't fingering anybody yet.
Okay.
Bad,
So like Thriller and Off the Wall is fine.
Off the Wall's fine,
Okay.
but then once it gets to Bad,
And he knew it. He actually like he let us
literally,
know.
he kind of said it all there.
Yeah.
And he also he warned us about the Jews
Oh my god.
as well in that one song.
I can't believe those are the lyrics, and I never knew that.
I didn't. You know what's crazy?
I don't know if I know this song. That's what I'm thinking.
What is this song called? What is it? It's What About Us? I've never. I can't say that I've ever heard Screw Me Jew Me. I can't.
So it says that the producers use sound effects to obscure the words, but those were the printed lyrics.
Oh, so he recorded it, and they're like, we gotta record scratch these.
But then put it in like the little booklet.
But yeah, it was
Don't you-
printed in the booklet.
Wow.
I miss those old booklets, like when you would get a CD and you would read
The liner notes, yeah, that's
I
pretty
loved
good.
it.
It's pretty.
I thought it was so cool.
I felt like I knew something somebody else didn't know.
Yeah.
I knew all the words, but then I would also lie about things that people didn't know,
Right.
like the Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah. What about it?
Glory Days,
Glory
passing by Glory Days.
Yeah.
Shooting jism in a young girl's eye, Glory Days.
Should have been a young girl's eye.
Shooting jism in a young girl's eye.
That's not the words.
Look it up.
Shut the fuck up. Wait a minute.
Glory Days.
Shooting.
Passing by Glory Days.
I thought it was about like
Shooting jism in a young girl's
it's
eye,
not. Those
Glory
can't be the words.
Days.
Those can't be the words.
He's the boss.
He's the boss.
And Sauce is the boss. Coming out of the boss. Tell me I'm wrong.
You know what? I can't say that you're wrong, but I can't say that you're right. I'll say you're in the middle.
And that's where I remain to be. The middle. This has been the End Podcast with Ryan Shaner, Peggy O'Leary. Thank you so much
love
for
you,
being on the
Shaner.
goddamn show. Thank you for calling in, Chad. That was an amazing
That was
rabbit hole of just
Blew my mind.
never really started to think of Michael Jackson using any type of hate speech in
Me
any way.
either.
The Heal the World tour was a pretty big thing, and I would have figured he would have, embraced Jews. That's me, though. If you have anything you'd like to talk about, please call the hotline 833-443-5300, and we'll address any comment, question, concern, or possible new conspiracy theory about pop icons all over the world. We're going to switch it over to Patreon. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And good luck.